Hi, it's Martha. I have some novels I want to tell you about today. And the first one would be great for kind of the Ivy and Bean crowd. It's a slightly shorter, easier chapter book. And it's book one of a new series called The Backyard Witch. And this one is called Sadie's Story. And 9-year-old Sadie finds herself left alone for a short vacation when her two best friends, go away to sleepaway camp without her. And she is bored and lonely until she comes across a strange little person in her backyard. And it turns out to be a backyard witch. And the witch is super friendly, very funny and fun to be with. And Sadie and the witch have some adventures. And it turns into a fantastic vacation that Sadie has. One of the lessons that the witch tells Sadie is that some of the most powerful magic is not done by a witch, but can be done by anybody. And it's the magic of just paying attention to what's around you. And that makes what's around you even more special. So that was really good. I'm looking forward to book 2. The next book is called The Field Guide to Getting Lost. And this is about 2 kids who are as different can be. They're about 9 or 10 years old, and the girl is really into science and technology and coding, and she can work on coding robots, things like that. And the boy has a lot of allergies and has a very overprotected mother, so he doesn't really have very many adventures, but he reads fantasy novels and adventure novels, and he writes stories about thrilling adventures, and he's very artistic and thoughtful. And they just really don't have anything in common, but they are going to have to try to get along because their parents are dating each other, and the dating is getting kind of serious. So they realize they're going to have to find some common ground. And it's a great story of making a new friend. This one, Cogheart, was absolutely incredible, absolutely fantastic. I couldn't recommend it more highly. It's a big bestseller in Britain, but is not very well known here for some reason. And it's what's called a steampunk adventure. And it's set in a sort of magical Victorian England. 13-year-old Lily is the star, and her father is a famous inventor, and he has invented things like a mechanical animal and mechanical people who are servants, who work as servants, and the animal who's his best friend is a fox named Malkin, and he travels around on a fantastic airship. And doesn't spend too much time with Lily. Lily is in a boarding school and wishes she was having adventures. Well, her father's airship crashes and he is believed dead, but she feels that he might be alive, possibly kidnapped. And Malkin the fox comes to give her a message from her father. And the 2 of them set out on a really dangerous adventure to try to find out what happened. And of course, Lily and Malkin are also in danger now. So a very exciting book. And I believe it's going to be a trilogy. This is book 1, Cogheart. Really great. Okay, this is one of my favorite novels of the year, The Dark Lord Clementine. Look at her, isn't she great? So her father is the Dark Lord of the realm, and the duty of the Dark Lord, and this has been true for generations in their family, is to do dastardly deeds and be really evil and keep all of the villagers surrounding the castle all terrified of him. And Clementine is not really going to be very good at that. She likes flowers and sunshine and unicorns and rainbows, but she's trying her best to follow her father's footsteps. Well, her father becomes cursed by a competitor, a witch, and is very ill and losing all of his powers. And enchantments that are all around the castle have started to go wonky and fade away. And Clementine in companionship with a talking sheep who used to be a boy and a paper chicken who's come to life because of a spell that went wrong. They decide that they are going to try to undo the curse on Clementine's father. So really inventive, really funny, really creative, funny enchantments. I really loved it. The Dark Lord Clementine. She's not really very dark. Okay, and I think this might be my favorite book. This is called The Boys in the Back Row. This is about two sixth-grade boys who are absolute best friends and not afraid to show it. And they're both kind of geeky and nerdy. They love comic books. They wear, you know, shirts that have their comic book heroes on them. And they both are musicians, and they play in the orchestra together. And this, when they're in the sixth grade, they're in the marching band together. And they get teased a lot. There's some bullies, you know, try to make fun of them for being such good friends, and there's some slurs about them. But the boys are really, they really don't care about that teasing. They're really happy to be themselves and to be friends. And they really show a great strength of character. Well, anyway, so one of the boys is going to move away. They find out it's devastating, and they decide that they should go on one last huge adventure before he leaves town and moves away. And so they plan this adventure that will be totally forbidden by their parents, of course, which is during a marching band competition, they're going to try to sneak away and go to a comic book convention to meet one of their big heroes. I really loved this for the depiction of kind of unabashed male friendship and you know, being who you are and embracing your quirkiness and your nerdiness and not caring that other people, you know, think playing music or reading comic books or whatever is too geeky. So I really recommend it, The Boys in the Back Row. So those are the books I brought today. I hope some of them sound good to you. Don't forget about our curbside service. You can always ask for these books or any others and pick them up at the library. All right. Hope you're doing fine. Miss you. Bye.